In Manitoba, people are waking up in code red. That means the entire province has entered a widespread shutdown.
They have to lock down, retool, and hopefully do things better in the coming weeks.
Schools, pharmacies, and grocery stores can stay open, but all non-essential businesses are either closed or limited to curbside pickup and delivery. The province had originally said people must stick to their household, but the measures that came in overnight limit gatherings to 5 people. Dino Camire joins me now. He's the owner of a family fitness center and the leader of the Manitoba Coalition of the Fitness Industry Council of Canada. Good morning, Dino. Glad you could be with us. So how is this lockdown impacting your gym in Manitoba?
Good morning. Thanks again for having me on here. I just want to say, listening back to Dr. Shakarvi there, I agree with almost all the points that he has there, and we fully support protecting Manitobans, and we'll do whatever it takes to do that. We're waking up in a lockdown situation here, the irony being that we've already been here, and I don't blame Manitobans for being in this situation at all. I do believe that there's some issues with public health administration to get us to this point, right? We had no cases, or we were down to very few cases, and it's unfortunate that we're back here, that we're in a full lockdown, and my confidence is definitely shaken in what's possible for the future. I truly believe, one, that this will be an extended lockdown, and two, that this won't be the last lockdown. So I'm very discouraged. Lots of emotions last night, the last day being open, but we'll do what we can to pull through. We really just don't have any options here.
So you're not one of those business owners that's saying, we are doing all the right things, we shouldn't be included in a lockdown. You fully support it?
I think at this point, it doesn't matter what I think. They've shown that it's really not about what's safe and what's not anymore. We approached the government with proposals for mask use. We went down to 25% occupancy, which meant up to 6 to 12 feet between participants, plus mask use. If this is a scenario where the virus can still transmit, then obviously it's beyond our control. At this point, what they're saying is social gatherings in general are just not allowed. So any situation where people get together is not something that the government's going to support, unless, of course, it's 5 people in your household of 5. So I could have 10 people over here today if I wanted to, but also he's strongly discouraging that. So very conflicting messaging. And at this point, as a business owner, you don't really know which side of the fence to stand on because the messages are so conflicted. I can still, if my kids were in school, which they're not, we're homeschooling because we, for the last 8 months, have been going to work and home and homeschooling our kids and doing our part as Manitobans to keep everyone safe. I could go drop kids off at daycare or school. I could go grab a coffee at the drive-thru. I could go to the nursery and grab some plants. I could go for a massage, and then I could go buy some beer. I could go buy some marijuana. Then I could go for chiropractic adjustments, go to the shopping mall. So I could make 15 stops and come into contact with hundreds of people if I wanted to. The reality is I won't, because I do want to keep Manitobans safe, but I also want some clear messaging, and I want a strategy for the future that my public health administration can guarantee this won't happen again, because I believe they failed us once, and I think they will fail us again in the future if they don't get their act together.
In your mind, have you settled on this lockdown lasting longer than what they're telling you in Manitoba?
Well, I'm an evidence-based person, and the evidence shows that I can still remember standing in my business, back in March and listening to Dr. Brett Ruson's press conference, saying that we needed to wait 2 cycles of the virus, 2 life cycles of the virus for this first lockdown to take effect. It ended up taking 10 weeks for me to reopen my business because they used a phased approach. I believe they're probably going to use a phased approach again because you can't just open the floodgates after 4 weeks. Not to mention 4 weeks from now is about 2 weeks to Christmas. So what do you do 2 weeks to Christmas? Do you let everybody loose and then everybody gets together and then we end up in a lockdown situation 2 to 4 weeks after Christmas? I don't think that's a scenario the health administration wants to be in. It's an unfortunate position to be in. I wouldn't want the job that they have. But again, they're weighing lives against livelihoods, which is a tough thing to do. But at the end of the day, they're still getting paid. So it's tough. Again, conflicted because I've just been told again that my business has to shut for probably a month or two. So we'll see.
Dino, we'll check back in with you, and I thank you very much for being with us and articulating your position and your feelings about this. And, you know, our hearts go out to you, and really, it's just, yeah, thank you. We'll speak with you again, okay? You take it easy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.